All right, awesome. Welcome to another Monday Night Motivation. My name is Hillary Thompson. I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and I am joined by the lovely Amanda Dickerson, one of my besties, and also an Emerald Ambassador. And we host these calls every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. for you East Coast people. And this month, we're really focusing on knowledge is power. And that sentence speaks for itself. Knowledge is really power. And really trying to help all of you lay a good foundation for success in this business because it's super, super important. And even if you're a veteran ambassador, I don't think it hurts to hear this information again. You might take something else out of it, or, again, it doesn't hurt to hear it. Tonight, we're going to be focusing on those contact lists. And I know personal experience, when I first started this business and I was told to make a contact list, I laughed. I was like, I'm not doing a contact list. That is dumb. It's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And I fought it for a really, really long time. But now looking back, I really wish I would have. I really wish I would have sat down and made that contact list, knowing what I know now. I really think that I would have gone further faster and been able to help more people. And not just how far can you go or, what rank you are, but really everyone remember you're helping people along the way. So I would have been able to really help more people and reach out to them. And I want to go over tonight how to reach out to people authentically. That's so incredibly important. Really knowing your audience. Who are you reaching out to? We talk about the color personalities. If you're not sure what those color personalities are, log into your back office, go into your tools, and click into the Road to Silver. And there's a test. There's a link for the test, so you can take the color personality test and see what color you are. And we'll touch on that. But from there, again, what do you message these people? What do you say to them? A lot of people get hung up. I don't know what to say. I don't even have a story. I can't start this. And really talking yourselves out of success before you even get started. So before we do any of that, though, I really, really want to have Amanda share her story of how she started in Plexus, because it's incredible. And I don't know about all of you, but at the end of this, you're probably going to feel how I felt of like, wow, I can't believe that I was afraid. Like, I wish I would have had the drive and the motivation and determination and been able to see the vision like she did. So without further ado, Miss Amanda, could you share your story with us?
Yes. So I'm not going to go through my whole testimony because most of you on the call have heard it a bazillion times. If you haven't heard it, you can search Health and Happiness Squad, #Amanda's testimony, and it will pop up. What I'm going to share is the behind the scenes part of my story that a lot of you might not have heard unless you're a veteran ambassador who I've been friends with for a long time, and we've talked about how I got started. But when I joined Plexus, I like to tell everyone I was in fight or flight mode in my life. I needed the business to work, and I needed to do whatever it took to make the business work for me and my family. We used my last $35 to join the business with hopes that we could better our future. So when I started, I didn't have time to have all of these questions in the back of my mind of what is everyone going to think of me? What do I say? I don't know anything about the products. How do I reach out to people? None of that existed in my world. It was, I need to share these products in this business opportunity with everybody I know, and I'm going to do that the best way I know how, even though I don't know anything right now. So when I reached out to people, I did it authentically. I had my natural excitement, my genuine enthusiasm towards what I was starting to do. So I knew that I was super excited about Plexus because I had hope for the future, right? I had seen what the products and the business were doing for other people. So I just was genuinely nervous, excited, crazy excited. And so I didn't have time or even know better at all to think of all of these objections. I had no idea what people might even say to me because I had never done this. I had no experience at all. I had not tasted the products. I didn't even know what all of the products did. I didn't know how we got paid. I didn't even taste the pink drink, but I knew I had something good based on testimonials of other people, and I knew that I was excited and I was determined to make this work for my family, and I was going to share with everybody. So when I reached out to people, you guys, it was so simple. I thought of the people in my life who I had the most influence over, right? My mom, my sister-in-laws, my cousins, my best friends. I knew that I could call them without having all the answers, with my genuine excitement, and just share with them what was going on in my life. So first of all, they were used to me being bedridden, not talking to them, not leaving the home, to calling them on the phone with this enthusiasm and excitement about some new journey that I was about to venture on in my life. And when I picked up the phone, it sounded something like this. Hey, Lindsay, you're not going to believe this, but I just found a company that's perfect for us. It costs $35 to join, and I think the products are going to change so many lives. I don't know a whole lot about everything else, but I know I'm excited, and I want you to do this with me. Do you know what Lindsay did? She said, okay, how do I sign up? She didn't ask what the products did. She didn't ask how we got paid. She didn't ask a bazillion questions about Plexus because Lindsay trusted me. I was her sister-in-law. I wasn't going to mislead her. She believed in me. She could hear my genuine excitement, and she joined me. So I think whether you're brand new or even veteran ambassadors can do this, we can overthink what the outcome is going to be. We can put fears inside of people that aren't even there. You're thinking, I'm going to reach out to my aunt and she's going to think I'm crazy. When in reality, she's going to want to hear what you have to say because she can hear that you're genuine and you're excited, and she trusts you. She loves you, she cares about you, and she's going to be open to what you have to say. Now, we will have family members who are tough cookies that you won't, like my mom at first said, no way, I'm not doing that. It wasn't because she didn't support me, but because she was in a place in her life where, I want to say, where she didn't believe that anything could help her. Now my mom is so much better because she did join me a month later, because she could tell that it was something that was changing my life, something I was excited about, and it wasn't a fad, a trend. It wasn't something that was going to leave tomorrow. It was something I was invested in, I believed in, and I was truly excited for. So my advice to any ambassador on this call or listening to the replay of this is don't overthink it and keep it simple. Be genuine. If you don't know the answer, tell them you don't know the answer. If you haven't tried a product, tell them you haven't tried it. You know, hey, I really haven't tried that one, but my friend Hillary says it's changed her life. Can you chat? Can we pull her into the chat? They're gonna say yes. They're going to let you pull a friend into the chat and share. So that's my second tip. Besides sharing boldly, unapologetically, and not overthinking it, use three-way chats. When I started sharing, my team started growing so quickly that, you guys, I didn't even know how we got paid until I was Ruby. Because I fast started gold in 18 days. So I put 20 people, most of them were personally sponsored, 20 people on my team in 18 days or 17 days, something like that. But by the time my very first month with Plexus ended, I had 40 some people on my team, and I haven't even tasted the pink drink. Didn't have my own results. Didn't know how we got paid. I actually remember after Lindsay joined me, we sat together with notebooks and read the compensation plan, wrote it down, reread it, quizzed each other. And you guys, I was almost Ruby or Ruby at the time. And I'm not saying to just fly by the seat of your pants and don't learn how we get paid, but don't overthink the process. The process is simple. You share with people that you love and care about. You'll learn the rest later. So that's how I started my business, and I've kept everything I've ever done in my business as simple as that. I've grown to Emerald with an iPhone. I have never once ever worked my business from a computer. Most people think that's crazy, but that's not simple to me. That doesn't fit into my brand, and it's not something that comes naturally to me where my iPhone does. So I like to share that part too, because you can take any excuse imaginable and somebody has worked through that excuse. So you can use your cell phone, your excitement, and your love for other people and genuinely wanting to help other people to become successful in this business. You don't have to have all the answers. You reach out, you use 3 ways, you sign people up, you get people on the products. It's really that simple.
Awesome. I just love that. For one, you like hit the ground running. You didn't even try the product. You didn't even know what it tasted like, but you used the testimonials of others, and you had such a huge why and a passion and a hope, a hope that this could be the thing that changes everything. And it has done that for your life. And especially cashing in. I mean, I just love your story. I really, really do. And you have some fabulous tips and pointers. And it's about keeping it simple, not overthinking things. And, she talked about the people that she had influence over. And I want to go over what my beautiful friend, Melissa Eigenhorst, she's a diamond. I love her to death. She explained to me how she tells her team to write down a contact list. And when she did this, for some reason, it was just like genius to me. Even though you have the Frank's list and all that kind of stuff, like I never really liked that idea of writing. It just didn't work for me. So I'm going to share what she shares with her team. And it's not 100 names, but it's pretty close, and it works better for my brain. So the first thing she tells her whole team is to get your top 3 people. The top 3 people, like Amanda shared, your people you have influence over, but also people that you want as an accountability partner, right? An accountability partner, a business partner in this. Your success goes up. I don't even know the percentage, but by a lot if you have an accountability partner, and it makes sense. Think about if you're going to go to the gym and start this new workout thing. If your friend's meeting you at the gym, you're much more likely to show up to the gym versus kind of fluff it off. And guess what? Your gym partner is thinking the exact same thing. They're like, say Megan and I are gym partners. I show up to the gym. I'm like, oh, I don't want to come, but Megan's there. I can't go. And Megan's going, oh, I don't really want to come, but Hillary's there. I don't want to miss it. So finding those accountability partners, right? And business partners. So those are your top 3 people. And what does the top 3 get you? Silver. And what does silver get you this month? $200 bonus, as long as the 150 and 50 next month once they all stay active. But also the business billing bonus. I mean, you can get anywhere from $75 to $100 and $150. That's awesome, right? By getting 3 of your friends and saying, hey, do this with me and be my accountability partner. Help me. We're going to commit to 60, 90 days, whatever the case may be. The second thing she says on your list is 20 names of people who need the products, okay? And these aren't people who just need the products because you think that they're, overweight or unhealthy. These are people who need the products too because they're already using the products, right? They're in a different form. They're using other products, I should say. They're talking about probiotics that they use. They're very natural, crunchy people, okay? They can definitely benefit from the products. This isn't just for people who, have health issues or anything like this. Is for everyone. A multivitamin. Who doesn't take a multivitamin? Our Mega X is amazing. Plant-based, not that fishy, nasty that no one wants to take, right? Then 20 names of people that would rock Plexus. Those are like dream team, just rock it. They have influence already. They're already naturally sharing with people. Teachers are great, nurses, all those kind of people. that are motivated and would really just be amazing in this business. And the fourth way is 20 people who need the business. You have, I mean, when I started this, I was a single mom with 2 kids consulting with bankruptcy lawyers. I was broke as a joke. I needed this business to work, not just the products. Like, I needed this business to work. Sorry if y'all can hear Hendrix crying in the background. He wants to eat. 20 people who needed the business, right? So once you get those names down, remember in the beginning I talked about color personalities. When you're messaging these people, I want you to think about your friend's color personality, right? What are they attracted to? What, if there's someone who's really like is a blue personality like myself, which I think is still considered blue in this new color personality thing. I think it's a different color, but either way, someone who likes to be around people, go out, have fun. I like money because money means more fun to me. The more money the more fun I can have. If I had more, I could fly, hang out with Amanda whenever I wanted. All those, that's fun for me. So we've already discussed, like, when we're going diamond, like, we're gonna fly by each other and be there. And you can do that if you have more money, right? But if a person's really shy, like that's not their thing, sending them a message saying, hey girl, you can make all this money and you can have a shopping spree and you can go here and you can go there, you're going to be like, I don't even want to do that, right? So you're not going to attract them. So be very mindful of the people when you're sending out those messages. And for people that have made contact list and say, I've gone through my entire contact list, I have nobody else, guess what? You do. There are billions of people in this world. You have social media, use it. I asked a bunch of your leaders to share with us some tips that I could share with all of you tonight. And as far as like growing that list, Tanya Stewart's a great example of that. She moved to Charlottesville and knew no one, but she has grown her contact list because she went into the local Facebook groups, the local Facebook pages, started adding people in the area. She goes onto those people that she adds and looks at their friends list and friends them. You constantly want to be growing your contact list and expanding your market. If you're not friending at least 5 people a day, like if you're through your contact list and you're trying to still grow your business, I would say you need to friend at least 5 to 10 new people a day, and then make sure you're writing it down and really keeping track of who these people are, because otherwise you're just in a vicious cycle and you're not going to know. I mean, you're just going to be clicking and joining, and really keep track. Tanya actually sent this to me and she uses it. This is the DMO Success Guide, and it's so awesome. So awesome to stay organized and have that information right there at your fingertips and follow up. Follow up is so incredibly important, and that's something that Megan Pace actually messaged me and let me know too. Her tip was, if you see somebody on your Facebook wall and they're saying like, I have such a bad headache, or complaining about something like that, rather than commenting underneath there, send them a private message. Send them a private message. And I would say something like, if I saw Megan complaining about she's having headaches or she's tired all the time, I would send her a message and use the feel, felt, found method. So, hey Megan, how's it going? Oh my gosh, I saw, you're not feeling well and you're having these headaches. Oh my goodness, I used to feel horrible too. But you know what? I found this amazing thing called Plexus. I'm sure you've seen me posting about it. But it has transformed all of those things in my life, and I would love to, if you're open, share that with you. Rather than going on Megan's thing and saying, hey, have you heard of Plexus? Try Plexus. I think that looks a little bit too salesy, right? Like you're sounding more salesy versus if you're sending a personal message to her. And if you're afraid, listen, if you're afraid and thinking that Megan's going to think you're a Looney Tune and Megan's tried everything, say that to her. Say that, Megan, you probably think I've lost my marbles and that this is a joke. And I know you've tried a lot of different things, but what if, Megan, what if this was the last thing you had to try? Would you be open to learning more about it? So really personalizing those messages. And another thing that hands down across the board with all of your leaders is utilizing that voice messaging. Utilizing voice messaging is so, so darn important because people tend to put their own emotions behind your messages if you type them out. It just happens. You just naturally do it. You even do it with your spouse or your sisters or whatever. You're having a bad day and you're feeling flustered or whatever the case, and someone texts you, like, bless her heart, my mother-in-law to be does this. I'm like all flustered and I'm doing all this stuff, and she sends me a text like, what are you doing? I'm like, ah! And I know she's doing it in like the nicest way, but I'm so flustered, right? So voice messages are so, so important, and they can feel your authenticity. They can feel how genuine you are and that you're not just copying and pasting and sticking them into some random group hoping that they're going to buy what you're selling. You're actually thinking about them and wanting to help them change their life. So that is a huge hands down thing, is using those voice memos. Also, Megan sent me over a link to a really, really awesome video about follow-ups, because fortune is in the follow-up, y'all. It's so true. You can be messaging these people all day, message, and if you're not following up with them, you might as well not be messaging them, because it takes a long time. It took me, I want to say, Danny Hess is my sponsor. She signed me up, but she started messaging me in, I want to say like October or so, and I didn't sign up till April. So had she given up on me, I would have been lost in the cracks. Can I take a break real quick? Amanda, do you want to take over? Hendrix is really crying in the background and not liking daddy, whatever dad's doing. So yeah. I'm going to go snuggle him for 1 second. And I'll be right back.
Right now. Does anyone have questions so far on anything we went over, or questions pertaining to reaching out, or a fear you have about reaching out? We can chat while she is checking on the baby.
Actually, Amanda, there's something I was thinking of that I forgot to.
Ooh, want to share?
Yeah, mention to Hillary.
Hi.
Hi.
My shadow. So a lot of people, I know they're hesitant to reach out, but the thing is, some people don't want to reach out to us directly because they're embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to, a lot of people, weight is the big thing. They don't want to reach out to us and admit that they let themselves go, that they've put on however many pounds, that, I haven't been in my pre-pregnancy jeans since 5 years ago. So they're embarrassed and don't want to reach out. But by us reaching out, we're kind of taking that away from them and taking the burden off their shoulder. And now they feel like they can open up to us. Especially when it's one of your friends, then they'll, I've been wanting to, I don't know how many people have said to me, I've been wanting to ask you about it. And it's because they didn't want to be the one to make the first move. And us doing that makes it a lot easier on them. And then they feel like, okay, now I can finally tell her that actually, yes. Or how, I didn't know, I know you suffered from fibromyalgia. I didn't know how many people suffered from that until we started talking about Plexus, and they mentioned these things that, on Facebook, they look like they're healthy and they're doing just fine. Mm-hmm. Secretly, they're suffering and they've got things going on. Most people wouldn't know that when I worked at Chase Bank, that most of the time I walked around with my pants unbuttoned because the bloating was so bad every day. And it's stuff like that. You don't know what people are suffering with. So
I agree. People
it's
are
so
silently suffering. I would imagine almost everyone we know suffering from some health related, financial relation. You know what I mean?
especially the financial. People don't want to post on Facebook that they can't pay all their bills, or they have credit card debt that is beyond anything that they can manage. So especially things like that, people don't want to. And if you tell them $35 and we could work towards paying off your credit card debt or that student loan debt that's been just burdening you and causing you to not be able to sleep at night for how many years?
Exactly. Yeah, nobody knew I was struggling financially or health wise besides my close family, because you share your highlight reels of your life on Facebook. Most people. You don't go on Facebook and say, I just skipped 3 bills because I couldn't afford them, or I don't know. People are silently suffering. That's exactly right. I was thinking earlier too, after I spoke and then Hillary was talking about reaching out to people. We have to stop thinking that we're being a burden or that we're intruding when we reach out to share and help people. We are making an initial contact, like you said, and taking that away from them, that nervousness or embarrassment away from them, because we don't have to say, hey, you look like you've put on some weight, I want to help you lose weight. We can reach out and say, hey, I've been wanting to share with you because you said that you weren't feeling your best,
And that's part of it too, is we're not reaching out to people to say, hey, do you want to buy these leggings that aren't going to really do anything for you except maybe make you look frumpy? We are offering people something that will actually benefit them, and health is priceless. Good health is priceless. You're offering people something that they actually need that will actually help them in some way. I'm not offering you Tupperware. I'm not trying to sell you lipstick that's going to make your lips burn, which it did. We are offering things that people truly need. So you don't have to feel like when you message them, trying to get them to buy something, that no, you're really trying to help people. So as long as you keep that in the back of your mind, it can make a lot of difference.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I know that it's all in our mindset. When you reach out to somebody with the wrong mindset, they can feel that. You have to be genuine. Tell them, like Hillary said, you probably think I'm crazy, but I'm going to share this with you because you're clearly not feeling good. What's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything, but you're going to possibly save a life or change a life.
Well, and I think a lot of people too, they don't even know that they need our products. They don't even know how they can benefit from our products. So reaching out to them and letting them know, like, hey, I can help you in this way, or they think that the way they feel is normal. Like they think it's normal not to poop every whatever, So you really, really, truly have to reach out. And back to the contact list, another way to be really helpful and kind of cut down on time when you are messaging, when you're writing down those names, write down why you're putting their name down. I'm writing down Amanda because I know she suffers from fibromyalgia and she's at home. I'm writing down Hillary because I know she was, a single mom. I don't know what that looks like for her, but I can't imagine it's very fun, and when y'all were talking about the highlight reels, like I didn't post on Facebook that my ex wasn't giving me child support and I was like barely making it and that I was broke as a joke, but I was, and I needed this opportunity, so it's so, so important to be doing that, to be reaching out to people and following up. Follow up is so, so important. And there's different ways that you can follow up. Again, I'm going to share that video. Some things I like to do, and Jamie Lynn actually said this, like if you message somebody and they can clearly they've read it, but don't say anything, and you are following up with them next week or whatever your method is, you give them how many days, whatever the case is, and just say like, hey, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I apologize that I haven't gotten back to you sooner to see if you were interested, or whatever you message them, So putting it on you, and more than likely they're going to say to you, oh my gosh, no, it's me. I totally meant to reply to you and I didn't, right? But if you don't message, you're losing them. And also, I feel like if I have somebody that's reaching out to me and really continually following up with me for things, like they're really passionate and they really love what they're doing. And so I might want to take a look at it. I might want to take a look at what they have to offer. But be you. In all of this, be you. I mean, at the end of the day, again, this is you. This is your business, but don't overthink it. It's simple. It's truly about reaching out to people, sharing this opportunity, asking them if they're open to learning more about it, and sharing. And if you're just starting, use other people's testimonials. Amanda didn't know anything. She didn't try any of the products. She didn't know, but she read the other testimonials. She had the hope and she knew that this was going to be the thing that changed everything, right? So she went with that mindset, and we talk about mindset all the time. And again, like I said, I think before it started recording, if you're a veteran and you've heard all this before and you're going to get off this call and say, oh, that was a waste of my time, I've heard all that stuff, you know what? Shame on you, because you may have heard it, but clearly you're not putting it into action if that's your thought process on it, because it's true. It happens. And I do want to just give everyone a nice little big girl panties, put them on dose of reality. I don't know what other teams are looking like, but y'all, it is August 7th, and there is a lot of people that have claimed ranks that want to rank advance and want to share stuff, share health and wellness with others. And I'm not seeing a lot of new people being added. So don't wait, don't wait. Don't get into this first week and think, oh, I was working so hard I can wait. No, if you want those rank advancements, you need to share it and get them on the program and get them commission qualified and help them get a customer, right? So you can come on these calls all you want, and you can hear and listen and do all this stuff. And I can't remember, at Rachel Marie's team, I did a call for them, and it was like, you can reorganize your office, but that's not going to get you where you need to be. So even if you have the prettiest planner and the prettiest notebook and the nicest stuff, if you're not sending out the messages, it's not going to matter. So put the action behind it and know that you deserve it and you're worth it. And if you're scared, if you're stumbling, if you're feeling like, oh, I can't do this, reach out. Don't put yourself on an island alone. Don't dig yourself a hole and get buried in it. Don't go silent. Reach out, because it's so, so worth it. That's all I got for y'all, because it's simple. It really is. But I'd love to give you more ideas on reaching out. I like to encourage my ambassadors, once they get that contact list, to go ahead and get back with the person that sponsored you or an upline and go over that contact list. And I could say to Amanda, if she was my sponsor, I'd say, okay, well, I have my mom on here, my sister, and so, because they're my top 3. And Amanda would say to me, all right, get on the phone. Call them up and tell them to join you, Or, gosh, I have my friend and she really needs a product, but I don't want to offend her. I mean, she really needs a product or really needs a business. I don't want to offend her. What do I say? And let your upline help you. Let your upline help you with these messages and get them out, because it's really, really important to do that. Hi, little man. He's like, what's my mommy doing? But that's all I got. Amanda?
No, I agree with everything you said, and I just wanted to leave people with a thought. Plexus will be a household name. That's not made up. It's not exaggerating. It will be a household name. Just like you have Clorox bleach in your house. Your friends and the people you know are going to be welcomed to a Plexus team. Is it going to be your team or someone else's? Because they are going to be welcomed to a Plexus team. And I know this from experience. I've seen it happen. And I've had people say, I've watched you in Plexus and I've seen your success. So I'm going to go sell these leggings. I'm so excited. Reach out because we have an opportunity of a life and are not going to find it anywhere else. We have products that work that they will not find anywhere else. So
Yes. for
love
sure.
your friends, help your friends.
And be consistent with what you're doing, because if you post a couple times and then quit, and then your friend hears about Plexus, I promise you she's not going to go. She's not going to go with you. They're going to go with the people that are the most passionate, that are sharing, that haven't quit, that haven't given up in this. So make sure you stay that consistent and believe in yourself. And people are attracted to it. People are attracted to that. They want to be with somebody who's positive and uplifting and really wants this. So be that person. And if you're waiting for a rock star on your team, stop waiting. Be your own rock star. Be your own rock star for sure. So thank you all who are on this call tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing your story. I always love
Thank you. We need to leave them with a challenge too.
Oh, yes.
Go into health and happiness and list 3 people that you're going to reach out to ASAP, like meaning by tomorrow morning, and share Plexus with them. At least ask them if they'll hear more. So that's your challenge. I want to see how many do we have on here.
17, I think.
Looks like we should have at least 17 posts in there.
And I would love to, if y'all are open to it as well, if you're not sending those voice messages, send the screenshots of what you're sending so y'all can learn off of each other. If you see someone's message and you're like, that's a great idea, I never thought to word it like that. Use it. Help each other. So, all right. Love y'all.
Love you guys.